Hello, my name is Amina, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the Tuesday World Meditation. Today I join you from my home in Golden, Colorado. This sacred time and space is devoted to our shared practice of entering stillness and of giving together. Let us first surround and protect ourselves with the love and grace of God. Before we begin the meditation, I'd like to share a passage from the New Message Revelation, Gaining Strength and Influence in the Mental Environment. This teaching was received by Marshall Van Samos on February 5th, 1997 in Boulder, Colorado. It is necessary in becoming a student of knowledge to learn to become responsible and effective in your own mental environment. For you cannot hope to advance in the way of knowledge. You cannot hope to gain greater clarity or ability if the things that are influencing your life are not addressed and recognized. Here you must learn what is affecting you, and then you must select who and what are beneficial and who and what are not beneficial. Within this process, you come to realize that there are no neutral influences in the mental environment. Everything and everyone with whom you come in contact in any kind of meaningful way is either helping or hindering you in your advancement. However, as a student of knowledge, you learn to utilize all influences that you encounter for your own benefit and for the benefit of others. Yet, this represents a more advanced skill. And in the interim, for your own well being and to enable you to proceed, you must learn to limit or offset those influences that hinder you and emphasize and encourage those influences that actually help you along the way. If this is not done, your progress will be thwarted and will be very slow and difficult. It is remarkable when you realize how great an influence your relationships have upon you and how much you adapt yourself to them. Accommodating yourself to other people may be a social necessity under certain circumstances, but within the foundation of your life, it will often impose very damaging effects. The men and women of knowledge, if they have progressed far enough, will be able to make natural and strong commitments in their relationships. But they must have the inner authority to do this and to know how it can be done responsibly and effectively. Someone who does not have this authority cannot make real commitments to others. They are not in a position to direct or to determine their lives, so they cannot give of themselves freely. You must have yourself to give yourself. You must know yourself to direct your life. Otherwise, you will have other people and other forces direct your life. In fact, this is happening all around you. Here, there are two great stages in learning. The first is to understand what your mental environment is at the moment and to learn how to redirect it or to reconstitute it to become a supportive environment, an environment that supports the reclamation of knowledge, that supports your quest for real integrity and ability. Here, your allegiance must shift from your allegiance to your ideas, your allegiance to your relationships, your allegiance to certain trends in society, to a greater allegiance to knowledge within yourself. If this can be established, then knowledge will show you how to give yourself into the world, show you where to make commitments, and help you to discern those relationships that deserve your commitment and that benefit from it in an effective and constructive way. Yet, how difficult this is! This is a struggle in a certain respect, for you must fight for your freedom, and what you fight primarily are the ideas that have been imposed upon you and that you have accepted. Here, the struggle is more internal than external, though there can be conflicts with other people, particularly those individuals who, by their intention or by their ignorance, thought, the emergence of knowledge within you. The second great stage of learning regarding the mental environment has to do with learning how to cast influence within the mental environment. You cannot cast an influence within the mental environment in a conscious and effective way unless you have gained a certain amount of control over the mental environment in which you yourself function. Developing this control requires focusing upon your own thinking and upon the relationships with which you have an immediate interaction and involvement. You cannot offset the mental environment of the whole world. You cannot offset the mental environment of the city in which you live. And perhaps you cannot even offset the mental environment of your family or your close group of relationships. But you can establish your own mental environment within it, and you are encouraged to take this responsibility and to become empowered to do so. Here you see an important difference between the teaching in greater community spirituality and the greater community way of knowledge and many other spiritual teachings which encourage you to give up this sense of authority, to give up this sense of responsibility over the management of your own mind and body. They encourage you to surrender to ideas, to surrender to beliefs, to surrender to conventions or rituals, or to surrender to the Creator or to the force and spirit of the Creator. In order to become a man or a woman of knowledge, in order to become a spiritually realized being within physical life, you must claim your authority over your own affairs. The Creator will not do this for you, for the Creator has given you knowledge to enable you to do this yourself. Here you must be the captain of your own ship. Now, when I say developing your own mental environment, what does this really mean? It means you learn to clear the way for knowledge. It means you create a conducive environment mentally within yourself and in your immediate circumstances for knowledge to emerge within you and to express itself through your life. Here you must open things up, clear things away, learn to recognize and offset negative influences, learn to recognize the degree to which you have been conditioned and affected by society and by your relationships, and to adjust them accordingly so that you have the freedom and the opportunity to find this greater intelligence within you and allow it to emerge within your mind and within your life. The fact that you may feel swayed by forces greater than yourself, internal forces and external forces, does not deny the fact that you have a certain realm of responsibility. If you do not claim this responsibility, then other forces and powers will claim it for you. Let us explain what we mean. It is a fundamental truth in the universe, in the greater community in which you live, and within the world in which you live, that if you do not claim authority over your life, then others will claim it for you. If you do not assume this responsibility, and if you do not garner the necessary wisdom, strength, and skill that are required, then you will simply acquiesce to other forces. How do you start? You start by learning the way of knowledge. You start by gaining a foundation within this deep and mysterious part of yourself. You begin by realizing that you are not free and that you want to become free. Not just free of external restraints, but free spiritually, free mentally, free to think, free to direct your energy, not according to the dictates or the will of others, but according to the reality and authority of knowledge within you. The man and woman of knowledge becomes like this in the world, present, effective, but hidden. How will you be able to do this? You'll be able to do this by learning the steps to knowledge. You cannot simply make this happen overnight. How can you undo all your years of existence by a few simple techniques or by simply wanting to do it? You must have the methodology. You must have the right understanding. You must have the correct approach. Your study of the way of knowledge will give all of this to you. Engage with knowledge, clear the way for knowledge to emerge within your life. Adjust your thinking and involvements with other people to make this possible, and you will speak with an authority that is greater than the world. You will have an authority that is more substantial and more complete and universal than any power, than any institution, than any government that you might encounter within the world or within the greater community. You become a man and a woman of knowledge by taking the steps to knowledge. There are many steps, each one is important, each one prepares for the next. You must make the journey. It is the journey that will make you strong. It is the journey that will make you wise. Here you claim authority within yourself, and here you become responsible or able to respond to your deeper inclinations. Please join me now in a 30-minute stillness practice. Take whatever time you need to read your own step and enter stillness when you are ready. Nasi Navari Karam. While we are in this place of stillness, think of someone in need and then send them a quality that you wish to receive yourself. Send that individual that quality. Send them love or strength, faith or encouragement, determination or surrender, acceptance or self discipline, whatever they need to bring about resolution in their lives. In stillness, send them what they need without trying to solve their problems or strengthen a preferred outcome. In giving, we also receive, and in this giving, these qualities are strengthened within ourselves. Nasi Navari Karam. Thank you all for coming.